Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority of the Quarantine Protocol. Acts of banditry and other breaches of the Penal Charter will be severely punished. In the name of Queen and country, follow protocol or face the consequences. Citizens of Wyndham, the woods are still off limits.
Keep your nose clean.
Approach the woods for foraging. Request an escort at the village hall.
One more civic and be taken out, top the bastard. Orders the road gone once and for all.
To help you. Follow the protocol.
Hands away from any weapons.
Why here, of all places? If they'd resolved to do something so awful, why in the church?
Some bugger, pardon my French, wanted to make a scene, sir.
And Dumo's... Oh, I'm sorry, we're closed today. Please leave. Please, I beg of you. Just forget you saw anything here and go. Please. Good heavens above, now. The very thought. Please, tell no one. I know how it seems, but I would not ask such a thing if it weren't for the good of the village. It's vital the military don't learn of this. We'll tidy up, but if the captain and his toy soldiers find out, things will become so much worse here. How did you... You're very well informed, I must say. Very well. This key will open a box upstairs. You'll find your payment in there. You'll do the right thing, I'm sure. God go with you. What in heaven's name shall we do with you, Maisie?
Slowly now. Come into the light where I can see you. Wait. You're not one of the scientific staff. Who the blazes are you? I know every face on the project, and you're not one of them. How did you know I was down here? You found it in... You mean to say you were inside the interchange? Just how did you get in there? They sealed the place tight. You found one? Just found a key card? I believe you. It's so ludicrous that I searched to no avail, while you just find one. Too ludicrous to be untrue. The interchange. Open again after all this time. Astonishing. I thought it was sealed for good, and its contents forever out of reach. But look, do you realize what this means? If you have access to the interchange, then we might be able to stop this nightmare before it spreads beyond the wall. You must have seen it. In the interchange. That damned infestation. We first discovered the growth at the Oberon site. I was one of the team assigned to study it. You know, first we thought it was benign. Beneficial even, according to the early results. That's the proverbial long story. And we don't have time for it at present. I promise you, you'll have your answers. But first, you must understand what we are dealing with. In our experiments, small doses of the growth in a purified form showed the most astonishing effect on cognitive capability. But it was not purified nearly enough, as it transpired. Its active agent was much more active than we realized. What it was doing to both our bodies and our minds all the while, it beggars imagination. We thought we held the future in a test tube. But all we had isolated was evil in its purest form. You can see why I must keep myself hidden away down here. Yes, it's under control, but I'll never be entirely free of it. Thanks to this apparatus, I found a way to inoculate myself, halting the infection before it could fully establish itself. If my colleagues had shown more faith in my line of experimentations, well, we wouldn't be where and what we are now. But look, we have so little time. I desperately need your help. I need you to go back to the medical facility, and this time go deeper. All the way down to the quarantine level. Somewhere in there is a sealed cylinder. It's labeled Sample 1. Find it and bring it here to me. Do that, and I can promise answers. Answers and a way out of here. Here's my keycard. It will get you deeper into the medical section. Before you go, you should help yourself to a dose of my inoculant. There's one lying around here somewhere. If you ever encounter a thick area of growth, or are suffering from a potent strain of the infection, that stuff will ease the burden. It should give you a better chance of surviving infested areas. And with any luck, it will silence the voices in your head. Best of luck.
Citizens of Wyndham, remember, strangers may be dangers. If you encounter anyone who is unfamiliar to you,
Leave tomorrow if we could.
Let's not have any trouble.
Watch your step.
citizens of Wyndham.
Don't go asking for trouble.
I know I heard
You'll get it.
I know I did.
Lunatics and monstrosities.
Steady now. Let's have no strife. They gone.
Let's keep it.
Nice and... Hey! What a relief. Don't be daft. Nobody wants trouble. Don't go asking for trouble, or you'll get it. Let's just... Can breathe again now.
Shit!
What?
Be more careful, for Christ.
No!
You're dead. You hear me? Dead.
You, cheeky.
I don't know you.
Nice and slow now. Let's have no trouble.
Was that?
Steady.
Wait, hey, better
Let's
check
just
it out.
calm down, right? No need for bloodshed, is there? Don't go asking
He's
for
open.
trouble, or you'll get
Come
it.
on then, son. Aye, let's get the bastards.
Be more careful, for Christ's sake.
Right.
Hello? Anyone receiving this? What the blue blazes happened just now? Who declared quarantine? Doctor, hold up. Dr. Carroll? Is that you? Where are you?
Alan, listen to me.
Diane, where are you? Is this what you're doing? We're locked in.
There was an explosion. We had to...
Had to what? Where are you, Diane?
We're on the evacuation convoy. I'm sorry, Alan. There was no time.
Steady now. Is someone messing
We'll have no
with
strife.
me? Don't be daft. Nobody wants trouble.
Probably nothing, but better safe than sorry. Is it over? Did it scare them off? Don't do anything
I'm sure it came. Piece of cake, this'll be. Bloody right far out, Hell. Yeah, tell him. Hang on, it's not that bad. You'll pay for it, you bugger. Hell of damnation. I got first pick of the loot.
Hey, let's just calm down.
Come on, you bloody fool! Fight for your lives! I'm firing!
Nice and slow now. Let's have no trouble. I'm sure it came from this way. Is it over? Did I scare him off?
Hey!
Let's have no strife. Don't do anything stupid, friend. Is anyone out there?
Oh, you back!
Where have you gone
See
to?
you too.
Clear! You, cheeky!
What the?
Find out! Bombs out!
You'll die here.
What? Let's see what's going on. Someone's been killed. What's happening? Let's go have a look. I'm in the live one. They've gone out of sight. Where did you get to, eh? Just like training.
Can't hide from me.
Yeah, Dave. Careful. You won't get lucky twice.
Attention! Wyndham Village is under the authority. Citizens of Wyndham, a contaminated area has been reported in the Skethamore field.
Orders be blown.
Please stay away from there until it has been sterilized.
Do as you're told, right?
Time is of the essence. With any luck, Sample 1 will still be hidden away in the medical facility. You found the sample? But this is wonderful. For the first time in years, there's hope. A true, viable hope. Those used to be some of the finest minds in the country. Country be damned in the world. My colleagues, trapped there when the laboratory was sealed. Now I need to get to work on this sample. This alien muck has vulnerabilities, but taking advantage of them is difficult. But I can see you're curious and you've earned some answers, should you want them. Is there anything that you want to know? It's an official secret, for all the weight that carries now. Oberon is the code name for the meteorite they found buried here. It was uncovered just after the war, during the evacuation of new slate mine workings. That discovery was the reason they built this whole circus here. I dearly wish it had remained undisturbed. The rock itself contained remarkable minerals, instrumental in the creation of the atomic batteries, and all the other marvels you've no doubt already encountered. But they drilled too deep into Oberon. And, at its core, discovered organic matter. That was Sample 1. A team of biologists, myself included, were assigned to analyze it. But the Oberon investigative team drilled too deep. There was some sort of violent and highly energetic feedback that collapsed part of the plant and triggered the quarantine. That was in 1957. It is abominable. Plainly extraterrestrial, voracious and implacable. At first, the top brass was excited by the potential it showed. In small doses, it seemed to accelerate our ability to learn to a remarkable degree. Your mind expanded. As if you had a connection to lost knowledge that you had somehow forgotten and were simply rediscovering it. But then, some of us started to change. We barely had time to start coming to terms with it. The explosion at the Oberon site came just days later. The quarantine was declared, and they trapped us in the lab. They left us for dead. Our own colleagues. You mean, why am I still trapped in the medical section? We didn't know it at the time, but there was a breach towards the back of the lab. Thanks to my experimental inoculation, I was able to resist the infection, to keep my own personality and intellect intact. I escaped through the tunnels under the lab. The only place I could think of to hide was there. When it seemed there was more to this growth than the BARD top brass wanted to admit, some of my colleagues and I decided to set up a very unofficial lab. This is it. It was hard work carting all this gear undetected, but we managed it. The vicar agreed to let us use the crypt for storage years ago, before the disaster. We made a small donation. To the church, you understand. And he didn't ask any questions after that. Now, I need to get to work on turning this sample active but toxic. A biological time bomb, if you will. In the meantime, there's something else you may be able to help me with. In return, I can assure you a route out of here. That's the deal. Sometimes, at night, I go up to the church tower and listen to the sentries chatting down below. I've heard some chatter that suggests my old colleague, Dr. Garrow, came back into the zone. The soldiers locked her up in their prison on Scathermore. Seems she's upset their captain. She's neither use nor ornament trapped there. Can you get her out? I very much need to see her. It's vitally important. She and I worked on the Oberon project. Garrow's a cyberneticist. That's the science of control, if you're unfamiliar with the term. She was over on the technological end of things, leading the development of the robots. A very brilliant woman, and obsessively devoted to her work above all else. When the quarantine was declared, well, she got out, and we didn't. I never thought I'd have the chance to see her again. But it seems she couldn't leave well enough alone and just had to come back. It's vital I see her about something before we can leave. Hurry. Find her if you can. It's very important.
signs of corruption, report it immediately. Caught early, the contagion can be painlessly excised. Be vigilant. Be safe.
Keep your nose clean.
Volunteers are required for work details on Scafamore. Work out to help out.
Not sure about you.
And the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area, you will be presumed to have hostile intent, and you will be fired upon. Remember, a warning shot is a wasted bullet. You have been warned.
Not sure about you.
Hello. I've not seen you before, have I? Welcome. Right, I've got a quick question for you. It might seem a bit blunt, but I've learned it avoids confusion later. You're not going to try and kill me, are you? Excellent answer. I can see we're going to get along like an house on fire. You're new around here, aren't you? Bootsy never forgets your face. And I haven't seen yours before. And you're not in uniform, which means you're not one of us army lads. Bloody hell, you're keen. Well, we don't take new recruits, but if you're serious, you could always go and talk to Captain Sims in the village. Now then, if it's supplies you're after, then Bootsy's your man. I'm Corporal Bootsy, by the way. Hello. I can get my hands on stuff for trade that the folks in the village can't. Yeah, but everywhere's dangerous in the zone. The trick round here is to stay away from our outposts, then you should be alright. There's our camp, of course, and then the special detachment is garrisoned in a commandier's RAF bunker. Well, the flyboys weren't using it, so why not? Steer well clear of both of those spots. I'll mark them for you. That's everything, yeah? Word to the wise. Everyone trades with old Bootsy, so there's always new things in stock. Come back and see any time. See you around, chum.
Worse in the Lake District than what I saw in Malaya. I'd have laughed in your face. More fool me.
One of the few remaining bastions of normality within the zone. Keep it that way. Be normal.
Tastes like sheep dip. Better than nothing, like.
Citizens of Wyndham, there has been an increase in outlaw activity on Slatton Dale.
A stranger.
Good day. We can help each other, if you're willing. The civilians in this village are a shady lot. Resistant to discipline and up to no good, I'm sure of it. We can hardly get the time of day out of them. But you're an outsider. They may not trust you exactly, but nor are they immediately suspicious of you. Sniff around. Keep your ears open. If you find anything I should know, come to me with it. If you want somewhere to start, well, we've had our eyes on Iris, the baker. I could send a patrol in, of course, but a softer approach might prove more efficacious. Yes, what is it? There's been a what? Sergeant, take a squad to the church at once. And the culprit? Surely not the vicar. Yes, I suppose that's true. He's perhaps the only person in this ghastly village whose rectitude is beyond question. Now do you see why this place is under military discipline? I fought rebels in the Malayan jungle, and let me tell you, that was positively genteel in comparison to this wretched village. You can hardly call them English hereabouts anymore. Something in the land here is corrupting them all. You've done the right thing coming to me. It's vital this sort of thing's nipped in the bud before it spreads. It can be tricky to tell right from wrong out here, but you seem to have the right spirit. Your assistance is appreciated. I shan't forget it. I'm willing to extend the hand of friendship to you, which would include giving you access to our camp at Skethermore. With us on the same side, if a chance for leaving this zone comes, I can promise you a good chance of seeing the outside. To be blunt, as a stranger, you're in a perfect position to help me with a delicate matter. We recently arrested a certain Dr. Garrow, one of the scientists from the research site. She contrived to escape the zone before the walls went up, but rather unexpectedly returned as part of a military convoy. More fool her. Dr. Garrow is dangerous, very clever, and egotistical enough to believe herself a magnitude cleverer yet. She's refused to tell us anything, and I refuse to stoop to Gestapo methods to force her. But a new face like yours, well, perhaps she'll talk to a stranger who plainly isn't beholden to the protocol. We're holding her in our prison. When Garrow arrived, she demonstrated an ability to meddle with the barred machinery we've commandeered. Specifically, she disabled our camp's automatic security system and began to poke around where she wasn't welcome. It was an hour before we found her, trying to get access to one of the old barred bunkers. Who knows what damage she might have caused had she found a way inside. She left us no choice but to take her into custody, isolated in solitary confinement, where she can't play her tricks. My men claim she muttered some incantation, and that caused the gun turrets to shut off. I don't believe in such nonsense as magic, but when she was captured, all they found on her was a broken radio. And now I don't know what to think. So you see, I need to know how she did it. What trick she uses to disable our machines. Here. This pass will give you free passage throughout the Skethermore camp. The soldiers on guard will allow you into the prison section, too. All the way to Garrow's cell. Learn what you can and return here. Be sure to report to me in person. But be warned. One hint of betrayal, and that pass will not save you. I hope I make myself clear. Yes, what is it? Good Lord. You mean to say that he's in league with those masked maniacs? An adder in our midst. I'll send someone over immediately. That is a very dangerous word to be bandying about. I suggest you forget you've ever heard it. Whatever evil the scientists had hidden in there, it has wrought havoc on this place. So no one goes near the substation, understood? Anyone trespassing there will be shot.
Citizens of Wyndham, the army is here to help and protect you. Trust us and help us to help you.
They should just paint the boundary wall institutional green. Call this whole country a lunatic asylum. On Slattern Dale. Avoid Slattern Dale until the area is once again declared safe. You are leaving Wyndham, and the quarantine protocol is no longer responsible for your safety. If you approach any military areas in the area, you will be presumed to have hostile intent, and you will be fired upon.
Saw some rabbit droppings earlier, so we haven't eaten them all.
Let's not have any trouble.
Announcement. Be aware that there have been thefts from the food store. This constitutes looting and is punishable by death. If you see food theft in progress, you are empowered to shoot without further
Keep
orders.
it civilized. No troublemakers.
Saw some rabbit droppings earlier, so we haven't eaten them all. Hands away from any weapons, you.
This is a defense announcement. Remember, gossip is the bedfellow of poor discipline. The duty of a good